Okay, let's go.
It seems it was more than wires and microchips after all. Could it be it had a soul, Alfred? A soul of silicon, but a soul nonetheless.
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at the Target exclusive Batman the Animated Series H.A.R.D.A.C. Yes, this is from McFarlane Toys, who borrowed it from DC Direct, which was originally released back in 2019. McFarlane has took it and made it a Target exclusive, and now they have added a Build-A-Figure wave to the figure, making it all that more exciting to pick up. And this is the first figure in the Bruce Wayne Build-A-Figure wave, and I think this figure is going to be real popular, not only because it's a cool character, but because of the cool accessories that come with it to build the Bruce Wayne figure. Now, taking a look at the awesome packaging, you can see it is in a large open window box. You have 12 plus here. You have Collect to Build Bruce Wayne. You can see the figure in there with his accessories. Nice Batman the Animated Series logo there with H.A.R.D.A.C. On the top, you got McFarlane Toys and McFarlane Toys, and Batman the Animated Series logo. On the left side of the box, Batman the Animated Series H.A.R.D.A.C. A picture of Batman H.A.R.D.A.C. and DC Direct McFarlane Toys. On the right side of the box, you have Batman the Animated Series H.A.R.D.A.C., DC Direct, and McFarlane Toys again. Coming to the bottom of the box, you do get some credits for the box and a nice barcode, and I'll scroll in on that. That will help you find this on the shelf at Target, hopefully, because it is a Target exclusive. And coming around to the back of the packaging, you have Batman the Animated Series up here at the top, McFarlane Toys, Bruce Wayne Collect and Build, Bruce Wayne taking up the majority of the back, and then coming down, you see H.A.R.D.A.C. and the awesome figures that you need to build Bruce Wayne, and that is going to be H.A.R.D.A.C., Poison Ivy, Bane, and the Phantasm. Get them all, and you could build this awesome Bruce Wayne figure, and that is a very cool figure to have, and I think a lot of people are going to be vying to get this because I don't think they ever released a Bruce Wayne in the DC Direct lines. I think this is kind of a brand new concept, and that is really neat. But anyway, that is H.A.R.D.A.C. in the packaging. I don't want to see H.A.R.D.A.C. in the packaging. I know you don't, so let's get him out and see if he can fulfill his objective. And here we have the H.A.R.D.A.C. Batman out of the packaging, and out of the packaging he stands approximately 6.5 inches tall and looks like he just walked out of the episode His Silicone Soul. This was a great episode. This was a great character. Basically what this was there was a supercomputer called H.A.R.D.A.C. and he made duplicates of a lot of people to try to take over the world like artificial intelligence usually does, and before he was destroyed he made one final duplicate, and that was of Batman Bruce Wayne, and when this duplicate was activated he thought he was Batman and that somebody had put his mind into a robot body, and he kind of went crazy, and it was a very good episode, and I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, watching His Silicone Soul, which is actually a follow-up to Heart of Steel parts 1 and 2, and that's a little bit of the history of this figure. He comes with a trading card and a lot of cool accessories that we'll take a look at in just a moment, but first off I want to take a look at H.A.R.D.A.C. Batman himself. And coming in real close on the Batman H.A.R.D.A.C. head sculpt. Now this is a really creepy, crazy, cool head sculpt, and it's very detailed. Now he did look like this in the cartoon when he got into a fight with Batman in the Batcave, and Batman threw some acid into his face, creating all the damage on this side. So yeah, stay away from acid in the Batman world, because whatever you get thrown in, it's gonna half your face. But anyway, taking a look at it, on one side you have an awesome Batman head sculpt, nice cowl, it's black, beautiful creepy red eyes and some fleshy tone for the mouth. You got a little bit of teeth showing there, which transitions to the distorted robot head underneath. You do get some flesh tone up here where the acid is eaten through his hair. That is creepy. And then you got the nice mechanical side all remolded into a like robot head with beautiful red eyeball sitting there, black for the inside of the mouth. Very cool. You give that neat little texture in there, and then you got some robot jaw and mouth, and it goes all the way around to the back of the head, and you get the half there. That is so neat. And that will come down to your cape. And this is a nice cape. Let's zoom out so we can see the cape. And this is the same cape that we got from the Condiment King Build-A-Figure Batman. You got some tune shading right up here with the blues, and this is a solid piece here, and it comes down to the nice cloth cape, and it's basically just very stiff. It's not the stretchy material, but you do have some nice serrated edges down here at the bottom, and on the inside it's a beautiful blue. I do like that. But what's really cool is if you take the cape off and you see what's underneath, they molded a whole new neck piece. So you can see that they intended for him to maybe walk around without this cape sometime, because you got a robot neck here, and it is broken up into two different sections. You got a little bit of black on one side and light gray on the other, and you got some nice molded detail in there. And on the back, it looks really cool, and I love that they took the time to go ahead and do that. So anyway, coming back out on the figure himself, he does have your standard gray arms coming down to some black and blue shaded gloves with the gauntlets. I love that, and the little gauntlet spikes. The center of his chest has the beautiful bat symbol. It's molded in there, nice yellow and black. And then that comes down to some very cool detail that shows his mechanical parts. So we'll zoom in real close there. Yeah, so at the very beginning of the episode, he wakes up in a box, and these criminals are trying to rob this warehouse, and he confronts them, and he gets shot. So this is the damage from him getting shot by criminals, and this is really cool. You got a lot of neat detail in there. You got some wires and some, I don't know, I always considered this little thing right here his like robot spine. It's blue and black, and that is just a neat little detail. I love the damage on this thing. So zooming back out, you do get a little bit of shading. It's not too egregious from the like previous figures. Underneath the arms, it goes down, and underneath the breast here, and then coming down you have the nice utility belt, which is a solid orangish yellow, goes all the way around. That is nice. Coming down to his shorts, they are black, and you got some nice blue highlight there on the left side. Zoom out just a little bit more. Coming down to his legs. Legs are mostly gray, but again, on the inside you have the darker shaded detail, and that will bring you down to his boots, which are mostly black, and like the other areas, you have the blue tune shading on the sides, and I like that. It's not too much. It fits just enough to make it look really cool and cartoony. All right, and coming to the back of the figure underneath the cape, nothing that you wouldn't expect, except, like I said, underneath the cape and that neck is really, really neat. And that is what your H.A.R.D.A.C Batman is going to look like. Moving on. And for our articulation, starting with the head can go around 360 degrees. It doesn't have much wiggle waggle in it because it's on top of the collar of the cape, so you get 360 degrees and that's it. Coming to the shoulders can come up from the body, back down, then go around 360 degrees. You do not have a bicep rotation, but you do have a nice elbow bend, almost 90 degrees. You can kind of push it up to 90, so that is cool. That is built into a forearm rotation, 360 degrees. That is cool. And this one does have a glove rotation, so it will go around 360 degrees, coming down to a individual hand rotation, 360 degrees there, and the hand is hinged, so it can hinge in and out, up and down, depending on where you have it hinged. So that is a lot of cool articulation there. Coming to the center of the body, you do have 360 degree waist articulation. No ab crunch, but you got a lot of damage there, so can't get much there. Coming to the legs can come up a long way. That is pretty good. Coming back, not so much because the butt gets in the way. And out to the side, you got a good side kick. Love it. Thigh rotation, I don't think there's anything there. I mean, you're moving the joint and the leg, so I wouldn't count it. Coming to the knees, you got a double knee bend, which is good. Get your foot way up there. And then coming down to the actual boot, you do have a boot cut, 360 degrees there. Coming down to your foot, just hinges down, hinges up, and it hinges all the way around the world. So that is really good for your rocker. A lot of cool articulation in this guy. It is the same kind of articulation that we just saw with the classic Batman figure. I don't think the classic Batman gloves turned, but these do. But anyway, that is your articulation for H.A.R.D.A.C Batman. Moving on. And for accessories, starting off, he has an alternate creepy robot head. So, yes, when he first discovered that he was a robot, he went and had this really cool key circuit that he had to insert into his head. So he took off his entire face, and it was so gross, and you had this squishy sound. And this is what he looked like underneath without his human face or anything, and it's beautiful. You got some nice robotic detail in there, horrific red eyeballs with a black pupil, a little nose and a screaming face, black for the inside. You got a little bit of robot teeth there, and then coming to the sides, very nicely molded. I love this thing. It is so creepy. You can walk around and look all scary with it. Help me, Alfred. And that is a cool alternate head. And for H.A.R.D.A.C Batman's next accessories, he has a set of large weapon holding hands, and they're good. You can put them on there and he can hold sticks and stuff like that, but he does have actually something to hold, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But yeah, very cool. Large weapon holding hands. And for his next set of alternate hands, he has some pointer pistols. Basically, yeah, in the episode, he did shoot at Batman with a hidden gun and one of his pointer fingers. He only did it one hand, but they gave you two, so if you want him to double wield his fingers, there you go. And they're nicely sculpted and molded, where you got the little tip of the finger pulled back, and then you can see a little barrel in there. It would have been neat if you had some red paint to kind of paint a little laser in there, but it is what it is, and they're still really cool. And the next accessory that H.A.R.D.A.C Batman comes with is this alternate cape, and it's really nicely done. It basically is the same setup as the cape he has on now, the black plastic up here going down to that stiff material with the blue on the inside and the black on the outside. And I know what you're saying, well, why does he need an alternate cape? What's wrong? What's the difference? Well, the difference is if you turn this around, you have this ghastly little Batman face. And this, like I said before, is the face that he would pull down when he wanted to have his complete metal head showing. And this is so gross and creepy, but it's so cool, and I love it. I'm glad they included this. It is very unique, and it's fun. All right, and that is going to be his alternate cape. Ugh. And the next thing that H.A.R.D.A.C Batman comes with is this cool cutlass that he used in a fight with Batman in the Batcave, and it is about 2.5 inches. You have a nice little blade here, painted in gray, and you got the hilt, which is done in gold, and you got a little handle here, and you can hold this and slash at Batman with this, and it's really neat. I like the episode-specific items that they throw in here. It's very cool. I wouldn't have minded 2 swords, but I'll deal with one. I'm sure we'll find another one down the line somewhere. And the next accessory in the box is technically the Build-A-Figure Bruce Wayne head. But because it's a Bruce Wayne head, you could use it on the H.A.R.D.A.C body because he did take his mask down in front of Alfred. And you could use this on pretty much any Batman body. And it's great. I love it. This is one of the reasons I think this figure is going to sell, because this Bruce Wayne head is fantastic. You got the nice little black swooshy hair, nice friendly face coming around, nice sculpted ears in the back. Nothing really too impressive about that, but still having a cool Bruce Wayne head for a lot of your Batman figures is a great addition. So some people may not even want to build the Bruce Wayne, they just want this head for their Batman figures, and I don't blame them. It looks really cool. And the final accessory in the package is this awesome briefcase. Now it is just done in brown, and this is for the Build-A-Figure Bruce Wayne to carry around with him, and it's neat. It opens up, and when it opens up, wow, look at that. You have a cool little bat costume all folded up, and this piece will actually come out of the suitcase. Let me get something to pry it out there. You just kind of come here at the edges. Yeah, it'll just pop right out, and there. I mean, there's not really much you could do with that, and it's, you know, nothing on the other side, but it's still a neat little thing that happened, and you could put that in there. So that is really cool. It closes right back up. It doesn't latch or anything. It's just friction held, but yeah, this is really cool. So you can have people carrying around a bat suit or a regular suitcase if you're so inclined. Really neat accessory for different uses. And the last thing in the packaging is going to be this collector's card, and you have the H.A.R.D.A.C Batman right there. You can see the gruesomeness of his robot face and his damage there, Batman the Animated Series logo. And coming around to the back, you see Batman the Animated Series H.A.R.D.A.C with a close-up of him. And zooming in real close so you can read that. You could pause the video to your heart's desire, but it basically tells you all about H.A.R.D.A.C and the robot, and that's pretty neat. And that is going to be your collector's card and the final accessory in the pack. Alright, moving on. And for comparison, here you have the H.A.R.D.A.C Batman with the classic Batman and the Batman from the Condiment King Build-A-Figure wave. And they look really cool together, and I love that you could just mix and match some of these pieces and get so many different looks. You can get almost every look that the H.A.R.D.A.C Batman had in the cartoon, and this is really cool. And for comparison, here you have H.A.R.D.A.C Batman with the villains from the very first wave of these figures. You have Mr. Freeze, the Scarecrow, and the Condiment King. And as I said before, I think the villains are definitely winning this series in the way that they look, because these look like some very fine action figures. They don't always stand well, but they look good. That's all that matters, right? Alright, that is going to be your comparisons. Moving on. And this has been the Target exclusive Batman the Animated Series H.A.R.D.A.C Batman. And this was a creepy, fun figure to take a look at. I loved it. It was so detailed. Everything from the way it was sculpted and molded to its accessories just brought back that episode, his Silicon Soul, which was one of the best episodes of Batman the Animated Series, and I am so glad that McFarlane decided to resurrect this figure from 2019 and put it in with the new Build-A-Figure waves. Now, I don't know if I'll get the rest of Bruce Wayne. I did kind of want him, but I think I really wanted that Bruce Wayne head that came with this figure, because that can go a lot of cool places. Anyway, talking about the figure itself, the sculpt and mold was fantastic. It's very creepy, very dark, and you can tell they did their research and put a lot of great detail into it with the battle damage and the alternate heads and just even the neck joint that they designed that you won't even see unless you take the cape off, which most people aren't even going to think about. And then the paint is very nice, very bright, and pops. I like that they didn't go overboard with the cell shading, but they did hit the nice blues shoes on the cape, the gloves, shorts, and the boots. Looks really nice. And the figure has good articulation, a lot of bending and twisting and moving pretty much everywhere you need it, with tight joints. And, you know, it is new, so give it a couple weeks. We'll see if they hold. The accessories are great, very specific to the show, all the way down to the laser blast fingers. I don't think there's much more you could ask for in a H.A.R.D.A.C Batman figure. And you got the collector's card if you're interested in those, and you have the briefcase that comes with the Build-A-Figure, which is really cool. So a lot of neat stuff in this pack out. I definitely recommend this figure. Even if you're not going to get the Bruce Wayne Build-A-Figure, you'll still have a cool head to put on your other Batman figures, but it is a unique Build-A-Figure that hasn't been released before, so I think a lot of collectors would be interested in collecting the whole Bruce Wayne set. But that's going to be a decision you'll have to make. If you are looking for the Batman H.A.R.D.A.C, then he is on the shelves at Targets right now. He is part of the last series, so he may be a little scarce. If you're looking for him, Target will have him, or you can try to look for him online. I'll put in the DPCI numbers and the UPC numbers here, so you can try to use these numbers to find him online or at your local Targets. And if you find him, he'll go for $35. So if you are looking for him, happy hunting. And that's it, guys. That is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night, and until next time, keep playing.